What is up, my friend? Today we are diving deep into one of the most requested topics, how to find your perfect macro targets. Whether you want to lose fat, you want to build muscle, or do both at the same time, I'm going to break this down so simply that you'll walk away knowing exactly what to eat and how much. And stick around because I'm going to give you the exact formulas that I use with my clients, plus some real world examples that'll make this crystal clear. First, we need to get clear on your goal because macros will change based on what you're trying to achieve. There are really three main goals. Goal number one is fat loss. You want to lose body fat while preserving as much muscle as possible. This requires a caloric deficit, eating fewer calories than you burn. Pretty simple. Goal number two, recomposition. You want to lose fat and build muscle at the same time. This is possible, especially if you're newer to training or getting back into it after time off. Goal number three is lean bulking. You want to build muscle while gaining minimal body fat. This requires a slight caloric surplus, eating slightly more than you burn. Here's the thing, your macro targets will be different for each goal, but the principles I'm about to share work for all of them. Before we talk macros, we need to find your calorie target. Here's the simple approach. For fat loss, take your body weight and multiply it by 10 to 12. So if your weight is 180 pounds, that's 1,800 to 2,160 calories. Start with the higher number and adjust down if you're not losing 1 to 2 pounds per week. For maintenance or recomposition, multiply your body weight by 14 to 16. Using a 180 pound example, that's 25 to 2,800 calories. For lean bulking, multiply by 16 to 18. That gives us 28 to 3,200 calories. Now, these are starting points. Your activity level, metabolism, genetics all play a role. So you'll need to adjust based on your results. But this gets you in the right ballpark to start out. Now, protein is your foundation, and here's why. It's the most satiating macronutrient, meaning it keeps you full longer than carbs or fat. It also has the highest thermic effect, which means you burn more calories just by digesting it. So for all goals, I recommend 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. So our 180 pound example, that gives you 270 grams of protein daily. If you're trying to lose fat, go closer to that 1.5 grams per pound. The extra protein will help you stay full in your deficit and preserve muscle. If you're bulking, be closer to that 1 gram per pound is usually sufficient. Good protein sources include chicken, fish, lean beef, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and protein powder, and aim to spread this throughout the day about 25 to 50 grams per meal. Now, fats are crucial for hormone production, especially testosterone, but they're also the most calorie-dense macronutrient at 9 calories per gram. So for fat loss, I keep my clients between 45 to 60 grams of fat daily. That's about 400 to 540 calories from fat, which supports hormone health without taking up too many calories. For maintenance or bulking, you can go a little higher, maybe 60 to 80 grams or even more, depending on your total calories. Focus on healthy fats though. Avocados, nuts, olive oil, fatty fish like salmon, egg yolks. These provide essential fatty acids for your body that it can't make on its own. And here's a pro tip. If you're struggling to lose weight, look at your fat intake first. It's easy to go overboard with things like nuts, oils, nut butters without realizing it. 1 serving of peanut butter is 190 calories and it's just a small spoonful. Now, after you've set your protein and your fat targets, just fill the rest of your calories with carbs. Carbs are your body's preferred fuel source, especially for your brain and intense workouts. So let's use our 180 pound male trying to lose fat as an example. Total calories, 2,000. Protein, about 270. 1,000 calories from fat, that's about 50 grams. Calories remaining, about 470, so that's 118 grams of carbs. So focus on good complex carbs that are nutrient dense, not calorie dense. Oats, quinoa, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, brown rice, wild rice, fruits, berries, bananas, vegetables. Yes, vegetables count too as carbs, right? So these foods provide sustained energy. Fiber, vitamins, minerals, they'll keep you full and energized throughout the day. So now let's put it all together and let me give you 3 real world examples. For fat loss for a 180 pound male, calories about 2,000, 270 grams of protein, 50 grams of fat, 118 grams of carbs. Recomposition example for that same 180-pound male, 2,500 calories, protein 225, fat 65, carbs 254. For lean bulk example at that 180-pound male, 3,000 calories, 200 grams of protein, 80 grams of fat, 370 grams of carbs. Notice how protein stays high across all goals, and fat adjusts based on total calories, and carbs just fill in the remainder. Now, here are my top practical tips to get you going. So start tracking everything. Use an app like MyFitnessPal or MacroFactor for at least 2 to 4 weeks to learn portion sizes, weigh your food, especially in the beginning. Eyeballing portions is where most people go wrong. Be consistent for 2 to 3 weeks before making any changes. Your body needs time to respond. Adjust based on results. If you're not losing weight, drop calories by 1 to 200. Then remember, these are starting points. Everyone's different, and you might need to adjust based on your activity level. Also, your metabolism and how your body responds. So the most important thing is consistency. Perfect macros that you can't stick to are worthless. It's better to hit good enough macros consistently than perfect macros occasionally. Now, if this helped you, smash that like button and subscribe for more practical fitness content like this. Drop a comment below with your stats and goals, and I'll help you calculate your starting point. Now, remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. So start where you are, use what you have, and adjust as you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.